Hi everybody. On the last video, I asked you to look at a list of words containing th, which are pronounced either th or th. I asked you to read those words and practice saying them. Now I'm going to go ahead and read those words for you so that you can listen to them, and also you're welcome to listen and repeat after me. Okay, first we have the voiceless interdental fricative th occurring at the beginning of words. Listen and repeat. Thorn, thin, think, thunder, thousand, thirsty, thief, thermometer, theater, thermos, thaw, thing, thread, thoughtful, three, thick, thumb, thigh, third, thank you, 30, 13, therapy, Thursday, thimble. Now words in which the voiceless interdental fricative th occurs in the middle. Bathtub, toothache, toothbrush. Here, notice that these three words are compound words because they're made up of two words. Whenever you have a compound word, the stress falls on the first word of the compound. Listen again. Bathtub, toothache, toothbrush, python, marathon, healthy, truthful, wealthy, athlete. Pay attention to the stress in this word, athlete. The stress falls on the first syllable. Again, athlete, bathrobe, panther, toothpaste, birthday, something, pathway, toothpick. Now the voiceless interdental fricative at the end of words. Cloth, moth, math, tooth, fifth, beneath, path, month, wreath, booth, broth, ninth, 10th, breath, bath, earth, mouth, teeth, youth, north, strength, south, oath, both, eighth, with. Okay, now let's read the words that contain the voiced interdental fricative. First, at the beginning of a word. Okay, if you look at these words, you will see that all of these words which begin with th are function words, such as articles and prepositions. That, than, the or the, we will talk more about this later, they, their, them, these, they'd, they'll, their, they've, this, those, though, themselves, therefore, thee, thy, thou. These three words are pronouns which were used in Old English, such as Shakespeare English. Therein. Now the voiced interdental fricative occurring in the middle of words. Feather, weather, together, bathing, father, mother, clothing, brother, weatherman, either, gather, other, worthy, another, rather, soothing, smoothest, leather, teether. Okay, now let's look at the voiced interdental sound occurring at the end of words. Look at how the majority of these words are verbs. Okay, breathe, seethe, teethe, bathe, loathe, smooth, clothe, soothe, with. Okay, now that you have my reading of these words, you can check against your wrong pronunciation. Next, I want you to go and find the anthology for the course, and we're going to be working on some sections of the anthology. I need you to go to page 29. In the middle, section 2, entitled Phonological Processes in Consonant Sounds. Page 29. I'm going to give you a minute to go and find that. Ready? Okay. Like I said, we were going to be talking about phonological processes today. Phonological processes are changes or adjustments that occur when we produce and combine sounds into words or into larger linguistic units in the chain of speech. And here we're going to be defining some key concepts that have to do with phonological processes. The important thing about phonological processes is that no matter how good you are at pronouncing individual sounds, individual consonant sounds, you need to also make sure that you make the necessary adjustments that occur within a context, because this will guarantee that you will sound more native-like. Okay, the first concept which you need to know is the word phoneme. I've been saying phoneme here and phoneme there, but I haven't really properly defined it thus far. A phoneme is a sound which differentiates one word for another. In other words, it is a sound that, if substituted by another phoneme, will change the word completely, and as a result, we will have a different word. For example, take the words shoe and chew. These words are identical. The only difference is that I am replacing the sh in shoe for ch in chew. Okay, these are phonemes because that happens when you replace one and substitute it for another one, you get a different word. For example, in words such as pale, if I take the p and substitute it by another phoneme such as ch, then I obtain a different word, which is right, tail, pale, tail, and so on and so forth. So phonemes are directly responsible for minimal pairs, which I will define more properly in just a second. Another concept important to define is allophones. Allophones are different from phonemes because allophones are variations or variables of one phoneme. In other words, they are not mandatory and they do not result in a different word if you use one or another. For example, if I say mountain or mountain, I'm still saying the same word, except I'm choosing to pronounce it a little bit different. That's an allophone, not a phoneme. Okay? We have various allophones. Some of them are determined, they're more mandatory, sort of speak, because they occur in specific contexts. So for example, if we look at the words paw, apple, and cup, you see that the p is different in all three words. In other words, we have three different allophones of p. Okay, but these different allophones are somewhat mandatory because you normally do not say cup, for example. You say cup. However, if you do say cup, nothing will happen. You will sound silly, but you will still be saying the same word. Okay? The same happens with the s in either third person singular endings or plural endings. The s might be pronounced in either of three different ways, either s, z, or is, depending on the final sound of the root of the word. Again, if I say has or has, I'm still saying the same word. Native speakers, of course, would never say has. They would say has. Okay? The same happens with the ed ending. The t in ed endings might be pronounced t, d, or id. And the most common allophones are r and n, like I pointed out at the beginning. R substitutes the t in American English when either a T or a D occur in between two vowels or in between R and a vowel. So we could say better or better. Again, here I could say either one and they would both be absolutely correct, and also native speakers use both. The same happens with the word mountain and mountain. The n, which is the voiced glottal stop, is used to replace either a T or a D when they occur after an N and before a vowel. Okay, another concept are minimal pairs, which I've been talking about throughout the semester. But let's now define it properly. Okay, a minimal pair is a set of words that differ from one another by a single phoneme. Now we know what phonemes are. Okay, and we have the following examples: shoe, chew; chair, share; wish, which; yellow, jello; ham, jam; boat, vote; bowel, vowel. The next concept which we will be talking about is aspiration. But so that I don't run out of room in this video and so that I can save it on YouTube, I'm going to end here and I will continue on page 30 in just a second.